but I'm thinking I want to do that too.
This affects a lot of people. A lot of people have their own private insurance. You turn 65, why do you have to buy the government insurance?
Yeah, see, I have trouble with that too. The question is to, all right.
We are, if you can, come back for the fair.
Okay.
And this is the shirt from
Insurances that you can get.
We have a lot of these out on
Organization.
Oh, wonderful.
And
Wonderful.
medicine.
Okay, all
I
right.
have the insurance, why do I have to buy travel insurance? That's what I want.
Why do you have,
That's a waste of money, I've already got insurance, and it's hell of a lot better than what they got.
why do you have
So-
to buy the coverage?
So in answer to your question, I have problems with people being forced onto a 2-year thing. I mean, if you're financially well to a point, you still got to make the payment on that, but you go with a private insurance. But this is a problem that's existed with Obamacare. It doesn't do what it was supposed to do. It's continued to fail. We have actually passed pieces of legislation to try to correct many of the problems that are in it. But that's what happens when you have people who say, we're going to have to vote for this so that we can find out what it does.
Yeah.
Would you have voted against that diagnostic care center down in Cairo that got funded through the Affordable Care Act?
It would have been funded without the Affordable Care Act. It would have been funded without the Affordable Care Act. Let me take a moment if I can and do something. And let me tell you that the young man that just asked the question works for the Democrats. He comes and follows me around so that he can take it. If I say something wrong, he can take it back and do that. So just know that's why he's here.
Work on the other side too, why don't you?
Mike, can I say something about it?
Yes.
I was born and raised in St. Louis County, so this is not my home. It is not. But I think Anna has one of the best hospitals. I think they have excellent schools. I know the principal at every school. They are wonderful men. I think we have wonderful churches. I think we have wonderful people. And I hope they speak up and stand up for what's right. And that's what we're doing.
They always have before. I mean, you know what's really neat about it is, it doesn't matter their party. It doesn't. There are a group of people that one day they might have a city election. They might be on one side of the mayor, and the next side, another be on the other side of the mayor. And guess what? New mayor comes in, and they're still setting up the coffee shops together the next day, having a good time, and it's okay because that's the way it works.
Vote him out next time.
Do what to do it.
Vote him out next time, that's what I do, you keep voting him
That's
out.
right. That's right. If you don't like them, you can take them out, and that's why the system works.
You get back to the insurance.
Yes.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, the papers I have my insurance, it states that if I don't take this government insurance, they will lower my benefits. Now, what that is, I'm assuming maybe you're going 80-20 or something
Right.
like that, maybe.
Right. That's, yeah.
Now, I'm a retired state employee, and how can the state put up with that, let them do that?
Okay. And you know what? That's the concerns I have. And it's a problem Look, when they first came forward with the proposal of the affordable health care, okay? It should have been affordable, portable, and dealt with pre-existing conditions. Unfortunately, it's not affordable. It's not really affordable.
Goes up there.
And it goes up, and what happens is the people with pre-existing conditions sometimes end up paying more than what they would have in the first place.
Yeah.
So it is something that we need to work on. Now, the question is, should the federal government do that? Or should it be something that works with the private sector and the state government to still achieve what it is that we were trying to achieve, or they were trying to achieve when they passed it? Do I believe that we can come back and make something very sensible that will work? Yes. I believe that Dr. Price, who serves in Congress, along with, I think it's Andy Carr, I'm trying to remember the other one. There are two that are experts on this. I'd love to tell you that I am an expert. I study a lot on it, but I'm not. The guys that are really... So they really believed that the courts were going to throw it out a couple months ago. They didn't. And so now we're waiting, and our hope is that under a new administration, we can move forward. Because right now, what happens is we've got enough to move pieces of legislation to change certain things. But if the president vetoes it, we don't have enough votes to override the veto.
Yeah, because see, I don't have a full 20 years in, so my insurance isn't paid for. I'm paying for part of it myself. And now here I'm paying for the government insurance too. I can use that money
And
to offset
let
my
me say
state
this,
costs.
because I want to be very, very clear on this. I want everyone to have affordable health care and portable health care, and I want pre-existing conditions dealt with.
Should be.
Be very, very clear on that. Because people are trying to think, well, see, you want to get rid of Obamacare, but no, I want to get rid of Obamacare because it isn't working.
And the cost in the hospitals are ridiculous now, and you don't even get to see your own doctor.
Because if you can't afford insurance, and then all of a sudden you get to that point with Obamacare, they're going to force you. Now it's a little more expensive, but now all of a sudden if you're low income, you can maybe afford the payment, but you can't afford the premium or the copay.
Or the medicine.
Or the medicine.
My wife was getting medicine that was covered until we got in this government stuff, turned 65. Now they want $1,000 a month. We cannot afford
Can't
that.
afford it. And see, that's where Washington,
But they want my money every month.
that's where Washington and this administration have been out of touch with the language that was put in that bill. And so we've got to, hey, I want people to be provided for. You know, I mean, they'll try to pay, oh, you don't want, no, I do. But it's more than just being compassionate. It's about being compassionate and being intelligent about the compassion to make sure that you're not just making a statement for the media. You're actually doing what it is you talk about. So, one more question, and then they're going to rush me out of here.
We talk about the car.
Anything? Okay, but let me close like this.
We're not for core for education.
Oh, no, Common Core, no, either. Yep, you're right. Let me tell you this. Thank you so much for the honor and the privilege to serve you in D.C. I couldn't ask for, I am so honored. Thank you. Pray for me if you would, every day. And know this, I'm going to stand for you every possible way that I can. We have these meetings so that I can keep in touch with you. Our offices, Belleville and Carbondale, are open, the D.C. office. I spend a lot more time in D.C. than people realize. I'm there 3 to 4 days a week. Now this month, we're back in district. So know that but our office staff, we've got a very large office staff. We're trying to do the best job we can and hope to keep working. So, thank you.
I just found your notice about the meeting, it's 20.
Did you?
You know what, I got it at work, if you can, your phone number, I would call
I
you.
didn't find anybody to check out, because this is all up to date.
What are you here with?
I'm Jeff. I'm sitting there with Anna.
No, Max. With the state party, just kind of.
Gathered,
Yep.
Anna.
Okay?
No, my first time. I've been around the Belleville Metro East a fair bit. But
This is
Since
real
you're
something.
recording those things, what we really want is our Constitution honored and our constitutional rights and our borders protected. And we don't want to have Muslim Brotherhood people, which are political, not religious, in our security system, and they are. They're in our CIA, FBI, Homeland Security, which means they got a key to all those weapons that the president stocked up on when he was leaving us with weapons and so forth for our own protection.
no, I got that on tape here, so.
We're just
Show up
wanting to have a
10
proud
minutes
America
early.
again.
I like that. That kind of says.
He's a busy man.
our country's not respected anymore, and we really want people to respect us like they used to, because we're honest and everything. But then when the EPA and FDA, I have this total knee replacement from 2 medications, and I had to have it in 5 months from when I had the first pain. And it was like out of the clear blue sky, it came to me, check your medication, and I checked it when I went in the house, and the one medication could cause problems with the joints, it could cause problems with tendons and muscles, and the other one with muscles. There were 2 I started on November 7th, and right away my legs started hurting, and I'm tough. I've always been real tough and strong, and
You work for.
I can ignore it.
That's correct.
You do?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's, you know what, I read their paper and I read their editorials. I like some of their editorials.
Now, what
Oh,
paper is
no,
it?
I'm actually,
Democrat.
no, I'm not with the BND, sorry ma'am. I'm with the state Democratic Party.
You're with the Democratic Party?
Yeah, yep.
Ain't you in the wrong place?
No, I'm just making sure that whatever Congressman Bost says here, he does back in Washington. You know, because it's been known before for congressmen to say one thing here and then go to Washington and do something else.
Do you know what Democrat means?
To me, it would
Please
mean
inform me.
democracy instead of taking it away.
No, Democrat, demon? And I haven't always been a Republican.
We used to vote a split ticket all the time
I still
when we
do.
first
I
started
prefer
voting.
those.
I don't anymore, now that all of the abortion and stuff is in there. A baby's heartbeat can start as early as 13